Howdy, howdy. Again, for anyone who might be listening, these videos are done as a informal way to just kind of produce a video. It'll just be me talking. I will interact with chat if anyone hops in here. But I just want to go over some things that are happening in my life and stuff that I want to take care of. Let me adjust this, get me more centered in the frame. Much better. As you can see right now, I think I might have a viewer. Howdy. Uh, my room is a mess. It's Sunday, the 5/17/2026. I just got done with a 7-hour work shift, reached 20 hours this week. I'm going to be able to pay rent. Very, very good news. And I might actually have positive cash flow this week, which is crazy to think about. Uh, Update on my injuries. My ankles are doing well. I'm able to jog on painkillers now with a great amount of pain, but I'm actually able to move now, which is pretty awesome. Um, and I don't know. I feel reinvigorated. I'm really tired right now. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, and then I had to go into work early, and I'm probably gonna be staying up late again tonight. Um, but I tried to catch a few winks of sleep right now. Didn't work out. But I just want to talk about. I saw this amazing video on YouTube about the Minecraft soundtrack. The guy just cataloged the history of how it happened, and there's actual chat logs between C418 and Notch, the creator of Minecraft, and C418 being the producer of the music. And it's really incredible to see like how informal these people were and how small C4 and Notch were at that time, unknowingly working on and creating the biggest game on earth. But beside that, the music of Minecraft is really, really beautiful. And it does go into another point I'm going to touch on later in this video. But I re-listened to the soundtrack and I made a whole playlist and incorporated all the songs I liked, removed a couple of the ones I didn't, and it's just really nice. Besides that, I played a mod pack for Minecraft in the past, and there's this one song I can't find because it's part of that mod pack that I've deleted now. Um, that had like Geiger counter clicking in the background on top of like a song, and I really really like that song, but I can't find it anywhere. But yeah, ambient droning. I like mine a little darker, like a little more sad. Boards of Canada makes amazing songs. Um, Obviously they wouldn't fit into like Minecraft. They're not the right vibe, but they have this amazing feeling to them, and that's gonna go into my first point. It's a fear that only like-minded. I don't want to say high IQ because it's not, but like-minded or like really spiritually in-depth people can feel when you listen to like Boards of Canada or C418, especially the alpha volume of this feeling of like existential, uncontrollable dread, but a complete acceptance of it too. Um, the only way I can really describe it is I just realized my lighting is way off. Oh, sorry, little scatterbrain. Let me just fix that. Oh man, this sucks. Whoops. And messed it up again. Let me. Ugh, that was too bright. Let me adjust the shutter speed. Still a little bright. There we go. Much, much better. Shout out to the one guy who's watching me. Oh wait, I think that counter is counting my own view time. Okay, that's great. Um, but Boards of Canada C418. The best way I can explain the feeling you get from it is like when you see a derelict building surrounded by a chain link fence, and nothing of particular value is inside there, although there are things. And then thinking back to like, holy shit, people used to live there and use that and make money and were happy and had their own belief systems and values and aspirations. They bought this property, they built these buildings on it and a chain link fence around it, like a muffler shop or something like that. And that there were, someone smart enough to start a business back, whenever that happened, nearly a century ago, and it's gone now, and those people are gone, and the paint's peeling, some of the windows are broken, everything's covered in sand and dust. But it's this feeling. That's what Boards of Canada gives me. That feeling of like it's gone, and there's nothing that can bring it back, and it makes you think of like, you know, Agartha, or that whole idea of if you are a good person who contributes something, you get to go to this place. And could you imagine like a party, with interesting people, obviously, but a party where um, all the people that have valuable knowledge are, and that have moved on and are dead. Um, like, could you imagine, for example, the F1 engines on the Apollo 11 spacecraft were all hand welded. And though they have the schematics and the materials and everything that they used to make them, they didn't have the footnotes and they don't have the people now who built those. They're all dead. And so they can't recreate effectively the F1 engines. They definitely can't do it 5 times in a row perfectly like those engineers did over and over and over again. And so could you imagine not only like the F1 rocket engine engineers, but the welders before them who started, who pioneered welding, and then the welders after them who are masters of TIG, and all the like this insane party of the smartest, most intelligent people ever, and and um, and feeling like you're left out. All those people are gone. You're not there. You're not at that party, and the only thing that's left of their life is this structure whose only reason it's not raped and pillaged is because the chain link fence that they put around it is still up. Um, and it's just this weird feeling. If you can, go listen to Boards of Canada, listen to the Minecraft Alpha songs, anything by C418 really, and you get that feeling, this visceral feeling of missing, of losing. Um, uh, but besides that, when it comes to like real life and the world we're in now, I feel like there's a much greater separation between the good, the bad, and the ugly. Um, Good people, I'm around a lot of good people now, and it's still really easy to find pieces of shit and run into pieces of shit, but you know, oil and water don't mix pretty much, or cream and milk separate. Um, and I'm around really good people, and it just feels so good to be around these people. But there's more of them now. It's easier to find them, and I feel like people are aspiring to be better, whereas like all of the POSs are receding to their corners and their groups, and you're not going to find them out in public as much as you would anymore, which is a really good thing. And then the same thing with the ugly people is everything is separating more. People are self-segregating themselves based off of their own personal identities a lot more. And the biggest place where I see that is like I go to work, and the chefs and all the people that work there, this job sucks, but they are extremely positive, helpful, good people, and they're funny. It's awesome. It is absolutely awesome. It's the whole reason I think why anyone works that job I'm working right now is because the people that are working there are so good that they don't want to be a buddy fucker. Oh, shout out to the viewer who just hopped in. This is just an informal way for me to make a video. If you want to comment something, I'm just talking about the separation of different people. Like people are self-segregating themselves based off of their beliefs and identities. Um, but there is this, like I was saying, the good people are abundant now and easy to find if you know where to look. And same thing with the bad people. I'm part of this Discord server called Drunk Chord, and it is It is people who have no basis in reality, nothing grounding them. Even when they like work like hard, grueling jobs, something where you would need to be, they, instead of embracing that and becoming a better person through that struggle, they make it their excuse to be this disconnected, ridiculous person. Oh, yo, that's true, but that's my entire point. Is that it's gonna be tough to. You can still find plenty of good people on Drunkcord, but it's tough to um, the majority of them are not. Whereas like at my job, besides the clientele, everyone who works there is a good person. Like undoubtedly, I will die on that hill that they are all good people. Um, but it's just what the fuck? I'm getting a phone call. Um, and then same thing with like ugly people. There's just I feel like everyone's self-segregating and people are expressing themselves more real than they have in the past. It feels like almost a return to form. Whereas like from 2016 to like 2023, um, everything just felt amorphous. Like everything was just mixed together, and it was tough. To like really tell who someone was. It's really easy to tell who POSs are now. In between this summer, and on top of that, with good people doing good things, this summer is going to be great because we're going to make it great. Um, so many times now in my life, I've sat around waiting. Oh, this might be the summer. Things are going to be awesome. Things are going to be good. Nothing happens to people who wait. If you want something to happen, you have to make it happen. Um, Already tomorrow, I'm gonna go and redo another hike that I've already done. I'm trying to get my ankles back to where they were before with jogging and whatnot. Um, and finally maybe be able to sprint. My diet is remaining clean and good, and yes, I drank this week, but what are you gonna do? Stuff happens. But and then positivity maxing. I've been trying to do that a lot more. I went bar hopping, I think, last week on Friday, um, and the whole purpose of me doing that was to practice just being more smiley and outgoing and just having fun rather than being cynical and like eyes on the prize, just being more open. And I'm not gonna lie, even though I was on my own, just talking to people and being nice was so much fun. And though nothing came of that night, I ran into a group of people that were graduates, and they kind of killed the vibe a little bit. But even just like random bar hoppers, like it was just a lot of fun hanging out with people and doing cool and fun stuff like that. But that goes back to this summer. If you want your summer to be great, you gotta make a plan. You gotta try and stick to it. You gotta do things. Rest is important, but you need to also, um, it, you know, do do things. You need to set plans. For me, it's gonna be 3D printing. I actually just got another roll of PLA CF because the other roll of like this high temp car part grade stuff doesn't really work that well in my printer. So I'm gonna pull that out and put this easier stuff to work in. Um, uh, I finally got a Dremel. It's a shitty one. I'm gonna be taking care of some components, getting them to a nice mirror finish, cleaning my room. Testing. Okay, sorry about that. Microphone disconnected. Um, but yeah, just doing things and nailing things. Um, and um, yeah, uh, and so to uplift yourself, you gotta be around good people too. And to make things good, you gotta be around people who do things. If you're in a group of people who don't do anything, you're probably not going to do anything. If you're in a group of people that are negative all the time, you're going to be negative. You got to just surround yourself with good people. Uh, Beauty is making a comeback. That's a weird thing. No, I do. It's a bamboo. Okay. This guy is saying the settings are different. You just don't know how to use your printer. I'm willing to bet that you have. Okay, yes. New gen 3D printer, lol. Okay, I do adjust and play around with all my settings. I was able to print a whole roll of ABS, which was a little difficult, but I've gotten a more difficult one. It absorbs water. So I need to keep the roll dry, which I can't because it's in a fucking garage. Average bamboo user. No, average bamboo users go in and they buy the whole thing that goes on top, and they, it's all just plug and play. But it's nothing like that. It's just a difficult thing to work with. I don't have a hardened machine tip on my thing, so it's gonna wear out by running this type of stuff through it. So I'm just going back to PLA, but it does have carbon fiber inside of it. Whereas this one is like, it's literally called like HEAPD FS, and it's a engineering grade one, and I don't have an engineering grade printer. I have a consumer printer. Yeah, no shit. I need a roll dryer. But going back to where I was, beauty's making a comeback. There's been this trend on X where, um, yeah, I know you're just rage baiting me, and I'm playing along. It's funny. Um, where where someone will post like some cute animal doing something cute, and it's just nice. Um, and then another person will comment, the left has no response to this, and it'll get equally the same amount of traction or views or more than the original post. And it, to me, it's just like this acceptance of beauty, of innocence, of innocent beauty. For the longest time, it's, oh, everything's gray, everything's kind of ugly, and that's political, this is political, and all this other stuff. um, and it's kind of just gotten sickening. And now I just feel like people are at such a point where they're done with the bullshit, and they're accepting beauty for what it is, and people are enjoying life a lot more without this political lens around it. So much so that enjoying natural beauty and innocence is now political. You're now right wing or opposite of left, whatever that is now, to simply enjoy beauty and life, which to me is extremely funny. Let me see what else I got. Stop wasting time on noise. Um, that ropes back around to what I was talking about at the beginning. The guy that did the video on the history of the all the Minecraft soundtracks from C418 and beyond, just all the Minecraft music in general, is that it was really enlightening and refreshing to my brain, and it makes me happy to be alive and be human. Um, and there's just so much stuff out there that I could have wasted my time on and not seen that video. I recently deleted Instagram. I don't use YouTube Shorts. I trying to get rid of all short form content so I can enjoy the things that are more important, actual information. Um, you know, for anyone who uses Shorts, just think, uh, what was the fifth video I just watched? Not the one you just watched or a cool one you saw earlier. What, 5 swipes ago, what did you just see? And you're not going to remember. It's purely a waste of time and a time drain. And so that goes back into also having a good summer. If you're wasting your time doing things that are not important, or just entirely wasting it on things like reels, you're not going to do anything. You're not going to go anywhere, and you're not going to spend time on things that are important or inspirational that feed your soul. And so it's important to cut out all of the bullshit and all the noise and do that. What else? What is on the agenda? Oh, this is completely left field, but I have to talk about it. I write down stuff before I go to bed because that's when I get most of my ideas. And this one says, this is in reference to a music creator called Femtanol, like F-E-M Tanol, not fentanyl, femtanol. Uh, and I'm just gonna read this because I think it's pretty funny what I wrote. Uh, trans pe- Trans people produce the best art while they're transitioning due to their self-inflicted suffering and chemical imbalance in their brain. It makes them very creative and actually want to do things. However, it is a very small window of time for them to be creative and influential. Best example of this is fentanyl. How 2 years ago they made this low poly vaporwave hyperbeat music, and um, the only reason I can assume why their music was so good is because of the HRT running through that person's veins and the suffering that they must have gone through for them to create that art. Now that it's been a while and this person's chemical levels in their brain have probably, um, equalized or reached an equilibrium of somehow, the music sucks. Um, I could pull it up, but I think Katamari was like the last good thing. And they just released a new song today, but it was mid. I forget what it's called. It's called like PAX or something like that. Um, Now there's music videos, which is cool, but I think it takes away from the artistic thing. But that's the thing is, for a lot of creative people, they need to maintain this state of mind in order to be creative. If you think about like Leonardo da Vinci or any of these other people, um, they hyper focused on their art for the longest time to produce it. And anyone who is monomaniacally working on something is going to be good at it eventually. Being obsessed over something is a good thing. Um, Whereas spurs of inspiration come and go. Inspiration can be a good thing, but if you're capitalizing on something and then you lose your inspiration, you're halfway done. What are you supposed to do? Especially if you're not regimented enough or obsessed enough to see it out. And so, I think that also goes for you know, uh, fentanyl. While their brain was in the state of suffering, which I think that being a creative is putting yourself in a state of suffering and trying to hone it to a certain point to make the best outcome. Fentanyl just happened to be in that area and have the tools, and then was able to produce really good music. And now that's passed, and it is trying to recapitalize on what it did in the past. It can't capture the same spark in the bottle because one, it was based off inspiration, and two, it was a very difficult. Uh, uh, I guarantee fentanyl's in a better, hopefully in a better position now. I can tell by the music that it is not as suffering as much. Um, but it makes me think about my own creative process. I used to go off of inspiration only as well, and now I don't. I'm more of a regimented. This is my job or this is my hobby type thing, and march it out and take my time on it too. Because a lot of times, oh, I have inspiration, bang, 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 and then you push it out, and it's not very good. Um, Sup, just got a new viewer. How are you guys doing? Um, and so in order for, if you want to be a creative or you want to make something, there's two ways to go about it, and both of them have to involve suffering. Either you find yourself in a position and you're inspired, you're going to be suffering for quite a while, or you've internalized suffering and you're able to put that into your work. um, or you treat it like your job, like professionals do, which then, like any job, that induces suffering, and you hone that craft and your workflow until you're able to achieve what you want to, and then you reach this ability to produce highly creative things consistently instead of like inspiration where it just comes to you and then it's gone. And so I'm trying to be more like the former, of working on my craft and being a part of it, and seeing it through and honing my suffering, being obsessed about it rather than having a spurt of inspiration. Sucks for fentanyl. I hope that whatever is going on in that person's life, that it gets better and they're able to produce better music in the future. But for me personally, it just hasn't been it for a minute. Um, love the old music though. Still, will keep listening to that. Besides that, that's all I really had on the docket to talk about today. Went over the re-listening of the Minecraft soundtrack, how people are self-segregating themselves based off of their not only their political beliefs but their values, which makes it easier to find good people now, which is nice. We're gonna capitalize on summer. We're gonna make a plan. We're gonna name it. We're gonna do things, and we're gonna follow through with it. Um, we need to appreciate beauty more for what it is, regardless of whatever political beliefs other people have. Don't let anyone take anything away from you, and um, cut all the noise out of your life. If something is not helping you or enriching your life, then it is a waste of time. Um, and so don't waste your time, pretty much. Well, besides that, thank you for the people that tuned in today. I'm Fox Runner Gaming, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.